Hello everyone, how are you all doing? Stay safe, I hope, right? And only because I'm on webinar, I don't have my face mask. Otherwise, I will have it. So I am one of those people believing in face mask. Okay. Now today, I have one thing in mind. I want to talk about payroll tax relief. And payroll tax relief come two kind of ways. One is what we call the payroll tax credit, but the other one is called the payroll tax deferrals. Payroll tax credit basically are the money, the cash you can get back because you are paying payroll taxes, so you get the credit back. So that's your payroll tax credit. But payroll tax deferral is you identify the payroll taxes and you push that out to the future time to pay. For right now, you don't have to pay. So these are two very different concepts. Let's go for it. So now, since COVID-19 happened here, there are 5 payroll tax related relief. So number one is emergency sick leave payroll tax credit. Number two is emergency family medical leave payroll tax credit. Number three is payroll tax deferral out of CARES Act. Number four is employee retention credit, payroll tax credit out of CARES Act. The number 5 is the executive order that just came out on August 8 for employee payroll tax deferral. So let me explain each one of them. The first one, emergency sick leave payroll tax credit. Employee or the business owner must have fewer than 500 employees to qualify for that. And the money the business owner paid to the employee who requests up to 80 hours of leave for COVID-19 related self-care or care of others. The credit, so those employees, the money you paid to them, that money can become a credit against your payroll taxes that you submit. So the credit is limited to lesser of 100% or 2/3 of the employee's regular pay or daily rate of $511 to $200, depends on the reason of the leave. So just, there's a lot of rules over this, but just keep in mind, if you have lesser of 500 employees and you are a business owner and you paid someone who were having emergency sick leave COVID-19 related, you have that way. You can get payroll tax credit. Payroll tax credit, you don't need to pay back. You just get it. Okay, that's number one. Number two, emergency family medical leave payroll tax credit. Employer, like the business owner, who have fewer than 500 employees, again, and you qualify. You pay employee who request up to 12 weeks of leave to care for a child under age 18 whose school and care provider were not available because of COVID-19, and a credit limit to the lesser of 2/3 of the employee's regular pay or daily rate of $200 for 10 weeks. 10 weeks. 10 weeks is 2.5 months. So employer and the business owner, please know you can do that. Tax credit. Okay? CARES Act payroll tax deferral, that's our number 3. CARES Act payroll tax deferral means when you submit your payroll taxes for your company, you know how you have this 941 submission every time you run payroll, or maybe you do it quarterly, that 6.2%. Starting from March 27 all the way to December 31st, 2020, that 6.2%, you don't need to submit. Business owners, did you hear me? You don't need to submit, and you keep it, and you will pay 50% in 2021, another 50% in 2022. So if you're strapped with cash and you're just too tight. And why are you not doing that? Answer me. Why are you not doing that? You should. Maybe your payroll processor goes, oh, well, we can't do that. And you haven't really figured out whether you're qualified or not. They give you that kind of crap. And this is, everybody qualifies, big or small. Okay? So if you didn't do it, I wonder why you didn't. Maybe you just like to pay everything on time. But for a lot of businesses right now, we're strapped with cash and save 6.2%. That's a lot of money, right? And so that's our number 3. And number 4, it is CARES Act Employee Retention Credit. Employee Retention Credit, this one says that the employer is not eligible if you have a PPP loan. Whether you had now or you had it later, as long as you have it, you don't qualify for it. That's why a lot of people don't use it. But this one is very good. And this one has 2 conditions. Number 1, it is that the operation is partially, if your operation is fully or partially closed, suspended due to COVID-19, you qualify. Or if your sale went down by more than 50%, you qualify. And so it is not really related to who your employees are. It just says that if your condition of business becoming such a way, you qualify. If you don't have PPP and you literally can qualify the salary you paid to the employee, $5,000 per person. So you calculate that, that's maximum. And then you reduce your payroll taxes in full. Okay, so that is the Form 7200, and it is a very good credit that you should consider if for whatever reason you didn't have PPP. For example, you didn't have PPP because your 2019, you didn't have a business. Your business is so new in 2020, you should apply for that. All right. The last one is the number 5, Executive Order for Employee Payroll Tax Deferral. I want you to understand this. You know how you receive, as an employee, you receive a W-2, right? On the W-2, remember they withhold your income tax, federal, and Social Security, Medicare. So the executive order came out on August 8th. Executive order came out on August 8th, says that from September 1st to December 31st, 2020, for this month, and you as an employee, your employer, your business owner who employed you, they don't have to withhold your Social Security amount. That's 6.2% saving for you. If you have $100 gross pay, you actually pay close to $6.50 on the Social Security. That amount your employer don't have to withhold. But it is a deferral, folks. It is not giving for free. So you're still going to pay later. But for this year, if you're really short of that money, if it is $100, you have $6.50. If it is $1,000, it's $60.50. If it is $10,000, it's quite a bit, $50. Okay, $650. So if you're short of that money, of course, you can request that is in the executive order. So now you got the whole picture, right? So there is deferral and a tax credit. For employee, the only thing we got here related to payroll is the deferral. So defer for now and pay later. Okay, and for employer, if you don't have a PPP, you should look at retention credit. If you have PPP, and you should definitely look at the payroll tax 6.2% deferral. That qualifies everybody, and you should do that. And then if you do have people who are sick, more and more people are sick from COVID-19. They're out, and you're a good-hearted employer and you are still wanting to pay them for their salary. And do you know that you can get tax credit for that? don't forget to do it. And so you want to take all the advantage you have for related to payroll. That's all for today. 5, I summarize it again. Number 1, emergency sick leave tax credit. Number 2, emergency family medical leave tax credit. Number 3, payroll tax deferral for employer. And number 4, employee retention tax credit for employer. Number 5, payroll tax deferral for employee. Got it? We're good. Good to see you. I hope this helps. Bye-bye.